Reuters.
Is reported. There is now again a debate about why Parliament is not considered more important. And as ever, the government is held to blame. But actually, we haven't altered any of the lines of accountability between Parliament and the executive. What has changed is the way Parliament is reported or not reported. Tell me how many maiden speeches are listened to, how many excellent second reading speeches or committee speeches are covered. Except when they generate controversy, they aren't. If you're a backbench MP today, you learn to give a good press release first and a good parliamentary speech second. But my case, however, is not, isn't this terrible, let's all go back to the old days, is that there's no point in either blaming the media or indeed ourselves. We are both handling the changing nature of communication and the way it works today. And the sooner we recognise this, that it is about a changing context, the better, because we can then debate a sensible way forward. The reality is that as a result of the changing context in which 21st century communications operate, the media are facing a hugely more intense form of competition than anything they have ever experienced before. They are not actually the masters of this change. They are, in many ways, the victims. The result, however, is a media that increasingly, and to a dangerous degree, is driven by impact. Impact is what matters. It is all that can distinguish, can rise above the clamour, can get noticed. Impact gives competitive edge. Of course, the accuracy of a story counts, but it is secondary, often, to impact. It is this necessary devotion to impact that is unravelling standards, driving them down, making the diversity of the media not the strength it should be, but an impulsion towards sensation above all else. Broadsheets today face the same pressures as tabloids. Broadcasters increasingly the same pressure as broadsheets. The audience needs to be arrested, held, and their emotions engaged. Something that is interesting is less powerful than something that makes you angry or shocked. And the consequences of this are acute. First, scandal or controversy beats ordinary reporting hands down. News is rarely news unless it generates heat as much as or more than light. Second, attacking motive is far more potent than attacking judgment. It is not enough for someone to make an error. It has to be venal, conspiratorial. What creates cynicism is not mistakes. It is allegations of misconduct. But misconduct is what has impact. Third, the fear of missing out means that today's media, more than ever before, hunts in a pack. In these modes, it's like a feral beast, just tearing people and reputations to bits. But no one dares miss out. Fourth, rather than just report news, even if sensational or controversial, the new technique is commentary on the news being as, if not more important than the news itself. So, for example, there will often be as much interpretation of what a politician is saying as there is coverage of them actually saying it. And in the interpretation, what matters is not what they mean, but what they could be taken to mean. This leads to the incredibly frustrating pastime of expending a large amount of energy rebutting claims about the significance of things said that bears little or no relation to what was intended. But in turn, this leads to a fifth point, which is the confusion of news and commentary. Comment is a perfectly respectable part of journalism, but it's supposed to be separate. Opinion and fact should be clearly divisible. The truth is, a large part of the media today not merely elides the two, but does so now as a matter of course. In other words, this is not exceptional, it is routine.